Treatment and management options for people with milder subtypes of SMA really are the same. SMA is a progressive neurodegenerative disease, meaning that any person living with SMA will experience progressive loss of function over time. SMA is caused by deletion or mutation of the survival motor neuron gene 1, SMN1. In a healthy person, this gene produces a protein that is critical to the function of nerves that control our muscles. Without it, those nerves cannot properly function and eventually die, leading to debilitating and often fatal weakness of the muscles. When that happens, is determined by the number of backup genes known as SMN2 genes a person has. So it is not a matter of if symptoms start or progress, but rather when they do. There are treatments approved for all types of SMA, and 2 of these medications have age eligibility criteria. However, the available treatments are the same regardless of motor strength.
And just to elaborate a little bit on what Dr. Schroth said, we have traditionally 4 types of SMA. We have type 1 SMA, which is the most severe form of SMA, which typically correlates to 2 copies of SMN2, the backup gene she mentioned. Type 2 SMA, which typically correlates to 3 copies of SMN2, and then type 3 SMA, where you have a 50-50 split of patients with 3 and 4 copies of SMN2, and then type 4, which is a very rare adult onset of SMA, where you can have even more than 4 copies of SMN2. And each of these types traditionally is defined by maximal motor function. So type 1 children would be considered non-sitters, type 2 children would be sitters, type 3 patients would walk but lose the ability to walk, and then type 4 patients would be the most mildest form of the disease. But we're excited because those labels are becoming obsolete with the ability of these SMN upregulating approved drugs to improve the phenotype. For example, in our patient-reported database, we now have 37% of people who self-identify of having type 1 SMA being able to sit. So we really are seeing a dramatic change in our landscape with these SMN enhancing drugs like Spinraza, Zolgensma, and Evrysdi.